What's up, everybody? It's me, the Act Man, and as you all know, I am an absolute spineless and duplicitous coward that is afraid to give his opinions on absolutely anything because most of the time my opinions are absolute dog water to say the least. And without YouTube, I would be the guy who fucks up your McDonald's drive-thru order 2 times in a row because that is just life. The Act Man is a coward and we know it. He will only nowadays talk about subjects that are 100% settled and things that he knows he will never get any pushback on. And, well, that is the Switch 2 costing extra money because, believe it or not, people don't like paying double for a thing they previously paid less for. And so, the Act Man has finally got enough of a spine to talk about the subject. Let's see how he manages to be wrong even about something probably this simple, honestly.
The Switch 2 has finally been announced and revealed to the world. Can you even believe it? A new Donkey Kong 3D platformer, one we haven't seen in 25 years. This is a dream come true. This is heaven. I've died and gone to heaven. This new console and all these great new games, it's all gonna be available for the low price of... What? What was it?
And it's going to cost $450, $450, $450.
$450.
This is outrageous. It's unfair.
And that's just for the console itself.
Once I bought a Wii U, I made it run. Played some games in my time. Once I bought a Wii U, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a Switch?
What's up, everybody? This is the Homeless Man here, and today, the Great Gamer Depression is upon us. This is my Great Depression outfit. I'm gonna take it off because it is obnoxiously hot, and not just because I'm the one wearing it. Hey-o.
He looks pretty notable, not like homeless. Does he even know how homeless people look? Because that's not it. Homeless people typically look like something you would find in a Balenciaga fashion show, okay?
Hey, that really sucks!
So in a 2-hour-long direct, Nintendo revealed the Switch 2 and all the different features. They gave us a ton of info on the system, its upgrades, downgrades, those are important, a few brand new launch titles to look forward to, and a whole bunch of third...
Listen, I'll just... Wow, Borderlands 4 on the Switch 2? Whoa! I'm not gonna play Borderlands in general, and now I cannot play them on the Switch 2? Man, you keep selling me the idea of not buying the Switch 2. I will never buy the Switch 2 in general, okay? Wow.
Third-party support. 8 years ago, the Switch came out and started a new generation of consoles, and this is the dawn of a...
Imagine coming out and saying, okay, Xbox 360 quality gameplay in the modern age, but now it's handheld and actually somehow even worse. That's right. You can have less quality than an Xbox 360 in your hands for an extremely overpriced amount of money. Are you not happy about that? Are you not?
A new generation. And would you look at that? The next Pokemon game? Looks like it's running off of a fucking GameCube. A time that should be filled with excitement, nerdgasms, if you will. But alas,
Were it so easy.
Nintendo is asking you to drop $450 on a Switch 2. That is the baseline price for people in the US, though I'm sure it's all fucked up in different countries as well.
Someone actually posted in the comments section when I asked, is Mario Kart actually that good? And they said that Mario Kart has sold a total of 30 million copies over its lifespan, which is probably pretty good. Probably. Now, I don't know how much every individual Mario Kart actually sells, but I mean, if there's not like 50 Mario Kart versions, then 30 million is not bad.
Well,
Oh my goodness!
people are understandably frustrated. What? Why? I thought you liked spending money. Don't ever stop consuming. You love consuming. Don't ever stop. But why exactly are gamers upset with the Switch 2 and with these price tags?
Are we gonna pretend that this is somehow something that needs to be explained or not understood, or people aren't really sure why they're looking at a exorbitant price tag for very low quality and very little to gain, and are bad about it? Are we really gonna go there? Are we really gonna pretend that this is something that needs to be explained?
Is it worth picking up? Do we even know if this will be the final price of the console? Is the price going to increase or decrease? Why are pre-orders in the US suddenly being delayed? Who's fucking with my video games, god damn it? Nah,
The thing about that is tariffs, by the way.
I do want to give my first impressions of the Switch 2 and talk about some of the more exciting stuff.
Introducing Game Chat. With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
I'm sorry, was that really an American... Was that an American commercial with literally now 0 white people in it? 10 out of 10.
But we'll have to do that later in the video because right
That's
now
good, though.
we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Because in Nintendo's first live stream after the Direct, people were spamming "lower the price" in chat. Obviously, this is the biggest talking.
Wait, what do you mean lower the price? Raise the price! Nintendo has entered the chat. Raise the price, raise the price. Okay, American price needs to drop more. No, it needs to be higher, okay? They lowered the price of the 3DS before. Vote with your wallets, drop the price. Bro, raise the price, okay? These two people got it right, okay? No one should be using a handheld. Again, we already spend too much time on computers and whatnot. I don't want to be... Listen. If you want to get Elon Musk's brain chip implant, go ahead. I'll be a literal fleshy purist until they create genetic modifications that allows me to be a morph. And, well, then shit's gonna get wild really, really fast, okay?
Obviously, this is the biggest talking point on the internet for the Switch 2. Not just the $450 price tag, but also, brace yourselves.
Some games, including Mario Kart World, are going to be priced at $80 for the digital edition.
Yeah, we talked about this. That's why I'm not talking about this too much. Yep, this is the new price hike.
Or $90 if you want to buy it physical.
Once I bought a GameCube, Luigi's Mansion, Melee, Wind Waker, and Prime. Once I bought a GameCube, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a game?
The $80 cost of a game. A single game. Why are you upset? Why are you upset? Do you love spending more money? You told me that yesterday.
Listen, $80 games just means the same way that Ubisoft wanted us to pay extra for their quadruple game titles. The same. By the way, it's all Ubisoft that does these stupid fucking shitty things and then burns in hell, which is good. The same way that Ubisoft said, well, you gotta learn to not own games, buddy. You don't own them, it's fine, you know? You're not gonna own games. Yeah, if I don't own the games that I buy, that pirating is not really illegal, and I'm absolutely down with that. In the same way that, listen, AAA modern day slop, I don't care if it's from Xbox, Nintendo, Bethesda, or your stepdad. I don't care from where it is. It's slop, and it's not even worth $70 most of the time. There are so few and very in between games that are worth $70. I'm not gonna pay $80 for anything. You can burn, Nintendo.
Hey, remember? Don't you know I'm gaslighting you? And this is all besides the other premium stuff and subscriptions Nintendo has been shilling in the Direct.
Everything's more expensive, right?
Yeah, the accessories are more expensive than they've ever been. The new Pro controller is $80. A left and right Joy-Con, that's $90 now. They're $13 for the straps.
I'm here for money. Money.
Obviously, a big part of this backlash comes from the fact that Nintendo has always been the accessible, budget-friendly option for gamers. Nintendo may not pack state-of-the-art hardware, but their library is unquestionably top tier. They are the family-friendly brand, the dads and moms. If you're a dad or a mom who've got kids you gotta pay for and take care of and send to school, you're gonna want the cheapest, most convenient thing if you want to retain some semblance
How about just not?
of those youthful hobbies you used to have. Look at you becoming a parent. Look at this guy, he reproduced. What a dork. I'm so lonely.
For a lot of families, when they look at $500 for the game of Mario Kart, I think you're gonna have a "we have a Nintendo Switch at home" situation.
But once Nintendo starts pushing this $80 price tag for these premium Switch 2 games, yar har fiddle-dee-dee, new piracy techniques are all right with me. Now, if Nintendo is able to get away with these $80, $90 price tags, no doubt Xbox and PlayStation in the competition are going to match.
I mean, they're not even waiting for GTA to put in the $100 price tag. Okay, they're not even doing that. That's wild.
That they're going to adopt these higher price tags for more and more games. I'm not sure if it's 100% confirmed that physical copies are going to cost $90, but if true, fuck you. Why? What, you want to have a shelf of games? You want to physically own it so you can look at that shelf and figure out what game to play? No, stupid. You want a digital library of games that you buy that you end up forgetting you have. Despite how cool the console...
I'm not gonna lie. Even if you have all of your games in physical, you're still gonna forget what you have. Okay? I'm not worrying about Steam going the way of the dodo in the next year, so I'm completely fine owning everything digitally, as 90% of the player base is, okay? Owning things in physical format is cool and shit. Don't get me wrong. If you want to do it, all power to you. It's very cool. I support it, but most gamers are fine not owning the physical copy of the game. How many times have I already had to say this? You owning a physical copy of the game does not mean you get to actually play it forever. Nintendo can if your game connects to the internet, if your PC connects to the internet, chances are these companies can deactivate the code that's in your physical game to not allow you to play it. And if that happens, that means you probably need to crack it or do whatever the fuck with the game to launch it, which means, well, you might as well literally pirate it instead, because that's just a more simpler process. So yeah, owning a physical copy of a game is good if you want to collect things, because collecting things is kind of cool most of the time. Or I actually forgot what I was gonna say. I had like a really good point here, but kind of just slipped my mind. I'm watching an Act-Man video at the end of the day. Jesus.
Might be the things I'm seeing that I love about it. Nintendo is kind of shooting themselves in the foot by setting these price precedents. But who is entirely to blame? Because I don't understand this, Nintendo. I don't get you.
I don't get you. Don't get you no more.
Excuse me, Nintendo's biggest fanboy here. Okay, Act-Man, gamers are stupid. They don't understand, all right? Adjusted for inflation, this console is cheaper than previous Nintendo consoles. Games are cheaper adjusted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, this was actually the point. I guess Hackman is going to talk about everything I already know, because, I mean, this conversation is so old, we know everything about it at this point. Yeah. Because the point of consoles is actually selling a console, then forcing people to buy games. That's where the actual real money is and comes from. So that's the big thing. One of the things, at least, that you should understand. And games not increasing in price over the year as a separate thing is because, well, they added microtransactions. They added like 15 fucking DLCs that you need to buy. Okay? The price tag of games not going up is not an argument to increase the price. Plus, everything now is digital, which means all of the huge costs of shipping, logistics, and, plastic are going out the window.
For inflation than they were back in the 80s. These gamers are stupid. It doesn't make sense, Act Man.
You know something? You're right.
Video games are a product like any other, though. They are subject to inflation over time, but most publishers for a very long time were too afraid to raise the cost of a brand new game past $60. Then it was $65, and then it was $70. But they found ways to monetize games in other ways, which we've talked about maybe once or twice on this channel. And the rest is history. As the co-founder of Costco once said, "If you raise the price of the hot dog, I will fucking kill you." This describes the sentiment among gamers around the $60 price tag. It's kind of something that's just etched into our being. New game comes out. Do I have $60? Like, can I afford it? It's been ingrained in our heads for so long that any increase seems insane, because we've also been dealing with loot boxes, battle passes, paid progression systems, and a bunch of other shit we don't need to get into. But guys, let's be real. I mean, with GTA 6 around the corner, I'm sure Rockstar is going to stick with $60 price tag, right? Because why would they increase that? Now, let's put on our economy glasses so I can make sense of this for you. Let's start with the numbers. I like numbers because they don't lie. Thanks to the user JML Master, he has
numbers lie a lot.
calculated the inflation adjusted price for each Nintendo console. And it's really not that crazy. The Switch 2 isn't middle of the road, but it's a little bit higher than that. It's still not the max, and it's not anywhere close to PS5 Pro's, $700? So what gives? Well, I'm going to throw some numbers up on screen of what gives. Basically, adjusted for inflation, the median income of a household in the US has barely gone up since 1985. House prices, meanwhile, have skyrocketed. What does this mean? It means people don't have to...
This is a lie, by the way. Income has gone up, but everything else has gone up way more, noticeably more. That's like the problem here, by the way.
Meanwhile, have skyrocketed. What does this mean? It means people don't have disposable income.
It means communism is good. That's what Tackman actually wants to tell you, okay? This is all somehow leading to around here in the video of Actman saying communism good, friend.
Not enough cash, stranger.
That's why they're pissed. It's pretty simple. When more and more people start living paycheck to paycheck, then non-essentials like video games and hobbies become just that, non-essential. You will own less and you will be happy. Not to mention the incoming tariff sales tax that we're adding. Why do I have to talk about tariffs? Why can't you just let me be excited for a video game console? It's unfortunate then that real world politics could potentially drive up the cost of the Switch 2.
Oh no, something that I'm not gonna buy and I think other people honestly should not buy because it's just stupid is going to be more expensive. Is this actually a Trump W? A big one, in fact? Maybe?
And therefore, I have to fucking talk about it. In a worst case scenario estimates I've seen, the cost of the Switch 2 could be increased by 50% by the tariff sales tax. Again, that's probably worst case scenario, but it says something.
This is such bullshit. I actually, tweeted about this if you care. But, okay, listen. Let me explain the most actual detrimental part of tariffs, and don't worry, it's gonna be very simple. Even a two-brain cell incel I wanted to say Asmongold because that just fits so well together. Anyway, I guess Asmongold and Actman, very close, very similar people, would understand. And this is like this. If a company has to spend $10 more importing a good and paying that in tariffs, that is not the problem of the fact that the consumer would have to spend $10 more buying it as a tax. That's not happening. The reality is the company is like, well, we had to spend more. Might as well fucking make them spend $20 because now we have a scapegoat. And that's what's actually going to happen. They pay $10 more, but the companies use this as a chance to sell it for, $10 now extra. You're not paying a tax. You're also enriching the company even more because greed exists. That's what actually happens. You don't pay 10 more because the company spend 10 more in tariffs. You're spending 20 more because the companies now have a justifiable reason to ask more of you.
That I feel like I have to prepare for that reality. Now, what has Nintendo done to prepare for these tariffs? Well, thankfully something. At the very least, they've started to stockpile Switch 2 consoles in the US, numbering about 350,000. So at the very least, the Switch 2s that are in the United States will be sold at the $450 margin. Assuming.
Yes.
Some people have theorized that the cost is taking tariff sales tax into account. Upon looking at some recent articles, this is probably more likely, but who really knows what's gonna happen? Nintendo has up.
I don't know if that's illegal, by the way, but typically that's not that is not done. I think that might be illegal because the barcode associated with the sales item represents its time also, or something like that. Okay, there could be something way more about that.
Updated GameStop saying that they're removing pre-orders for the Switch 2 to assess the potential impact of the tariff sales tax and evolving market conditions. This uncertainty is only going to spark further panic and demand once pre-orders are reopened and once consoles are being loaded onto shelves, especially amongst the hardcore Nintendo enthusiasts who would be willing to sacrifice their firstborn child to get one of these things on the release night. With enough panic and demand, you know who comes back? Everyone's favorite sequel, everyone's favorite businessman, Scalpers 2. With uncertainty of how much this is going to cost, it's going to be ripe for the picking for scalpers, I would imagine. So there's another thing to look forward to. So we have no idea if the $450 price tag is going to stick. All we can be certain of is uncertainty. When people are confused, they get angry. It's really that simple.
Now. For 90 days currently, it looks like we cannot panic, and after these 90 days are done, I'm selling my stocks once again because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I locked in profits, so hey, I said this many times before. Listen. Wait, there are literally people on the news and economists trying to fucking argue that the middle class losing money is good. Don't care about the stock market. Your 401k, what the fuck is that? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, except the people who actually had to use it and got fucked. But let's ignore them. Okay, listen. It is so fucking hilarious that people are trying to sell this idea that the stock market going down and whatnot is somehow magically good for the average people. Because you can literally look at historically everything that has happened. The coup one was the largest transition of wealth in the world's history. And guess who it affected? It made the rich richer, not the fucking poor richer, okay? It didn't make the middle class richer. It actually just increased the divide between the middle class and the upper classes. These things are never good for the average person. And I have told you this like 100 times. I have money. I have money to spend. I have money to buy shit. Every time this is happening, I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna get richer for literally free. While everyone else, most of you watching this video, are probably becoming poorer. And there are literally people out there trying to tell you that this is somehow not real. But the thing that has historically happened every single time when a similar situation has happened, and the poor get poorer, the middle class gets more pushed to the poor class, and the rich get richer. But this time it's not a real thing, by the way. Don't worry about it, okay? It is so wild.
Regardless, this is going to be a bloodbath for people's wallets and bank accounts. I think gamers are more irate this time around because video games have always been an escape. I'm remembered of that Modern Warfare 2 video, how gamers dealt with the recession. And so with so many people already strapped for cash, they feel like they can't even afford the latest and greatest escape from life and reality. So that's most of the bad. Now, let's move on to the direct itself.
Maybe some people should not try to escape reality and maybe try to better their reality, not just, try to escape it and, then request more escapes. I'm pretty sure that's a big reason why people start to use drugs, by the way.
I think this is what also makes it a difficult pill to swallow, is that this new Mario Kart looks fucking amazing, all right? They added skating. What is
Wow.
this? Jet Set Radio Future? What is Tony Hawk gonna be a playable character? And
That's
wall
right.
jumps in a kart racer? Nintendo always finds ways to innovate on franchises that you wonder.
Oh,
like,
bro, shut the fuck up. Nintendo doesn't innovate on anything. They're just literally banking on the fact that you want to play Mario because you remember your childhood and it wasn't shit because you didn't grow up in the ghetto. Okay, that's what Nintendo does. Oh, you can wall ride in like one place in the map. It's amazing. It's innovation. Yeah. You know what has fucking more innovation than that? Your average fucking dildo. Okay? Shit. Anyway. I kind of feel I'm done. Anyway, that was the act, ma'am. 10 out of 10. Bye. I'm starting to spurg out too much because it's just like, it's just such booth looking to a degree here now. Oh my god. Anyway, bye.